What's up, guys? John here with a special live. I wanted to come at you guys from Titan headquarters. I've got good friend Ian Harrison in the building, and I'll introduce Ian Harrison. He'll tell you a little bit what he's got going on. We've got some big things in the works. So what is the next thing that we have going on, Ian?
We've just finished with the PCA Miami this past weekend, which was a great success. And we are leading up to the PCA Mid-Florida, August 11th in Sanford at the Wayne Denge Theatre. It's heating up to be a really, really popular show.
Yeah.
We've got some great athletes already committed to doing it.
Yep.
It's going to be our last qualifier in Florida before our finals in October, where we're going to be having pro status is going to be up for grabs at our finals. $15,000 prize money for amateurs and pros. So the amateur class winners will get a chance to actually compete against the pros.
Oh, wow.
For money.
Yeah, nice.
And we are also going to be selecting Team USA, which is basically athletes that are going to be selected to represent the USA at the World Championships, which is next May, May 24th in Birmingham, England. And we're going to select a team to represent the country.
Very cool. So Sanford's our last chance to go to the championships to become a pro here in the U.S.
Yes.
Right? And at that point, you might be picked to be on the world team and go over to England. I don't know anybody else is doing that right now. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. I mean, it's an experience,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, anytime you can get a trip and you can go over there and compete, probably against some other competitors.
We've got over 50 countries now. 52 countries. Russia have just joined. Brazil have just joined. We got South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and all the European countries. We've got some amazing athletes from like Poland, Finland.
Nice.
And I want to take a strong team.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a proud man. I was English. I am now an American citizen. I want to go back to England with a strong American team.
Absolutely.
That's my goal. So.
Absolutely. Showing what we got over here a little bit, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So if you guys don't know, Ian Harrison has a lot of knowledge, right? This guy's a former IFBB pro. This guy was big time. I mean, seriously. So if you look back at the old pros in the golden era, he was a part of that elite group. And when I say that elite group, that was when it was a minimal amount of pro cards given, and it was a really elite status to become that. It was a lot harder to become that, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, when I turned pro, one man and one woman out of England got pro cards. The overall winner.
Wow.
The overall winner only got. You didn't get multiple shows. There was one show, and just the overall winner got it.
Wow.
So yeah, I think back then, pro status was definitely an elite group of athletes. It wasn't just a membership club, which I feel it is now.
It's got a little oversaturated, I would think, and a lot of people, I think, they're seeing it out there. There's a lot, but everybody still wants that status to some degree or another with one federation or whatever. So I understand that too, and everybody's got a goal, and everybody wants to achieve a goal. So, guys, keep on your dreams, keep on your goals. Now, Ian, what do you think is like the hardest thing? As far as you're a former bodybuilder, right? Mm-hmm. Bodybuilder mentality. What was the hardest thing about it? Was it the training? Was it the diet? Was it being, the selfishness, because I know you had a family at the time. You said that was a big part of it, and you had to put them through things because you're training, you're into this, and this is what you're doing. So, what do you think was the hardest part of all of that?
I think the discipline up to a show, the diet up to a show, when you feel small, and you feel like you look terrible. But you've got to stay with the plan anyway. But you've got to believe in the plan that you're doing. Yeah. We didn't have coaches back then. Yeah. You did your own research, you asked advice, and you made your own plan. Yeah. But I think the last 2 or 3 weeks before a show, it's probably the hardest. And honestly, when I first started, I'm from England. Yep. So I'd be training in my garage at home. There'd be snow coming into the door. My hands would be sticking to the bar. And my friends would be knocking on the garage door wanting me to play out. Obviously those type of things where it's sacrifice. Yeah. Really, it's sacrifice. The more you sacrifice, the harder it is.
The better it is for you, though, too. I guess, right?
Yeah. The bigger the reward if you go through it.
Nice.
That's why I see a lot of athletes now that they might drop off at the end or not believe in what they're doing. I think that's the biggest thing. If you believe in what you're doing, you've got more chance of following through. I always say it's like having a fishing lure that you've never caught a fish with before. Yeah. You're probably not going to catch a fish with that. Right. But if you got one that you have caught a fish with, you're probably going to catch one.
You got more confidence behind it, right? Yeah.
Exactly. You've got to believe in what you're doing.
I agree with that 100%. I believe that in anything you do. You got to believe in what you're doing, right?
I believe 100% in PCA. That's why I'm doing it.
I know you do. So, he's very genuine about the athletes. He wants to help the athletes. He wants to put on first-class presentations, right? That's a big thing.
You want to treat the athletes like they should be treated, like they're the star of the show. Yeah. Not me.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
all about them now. You know?
And they get to do their posing routines and stuff like that. Like,
every athlete gets a 6-second posing routine, no matter
Nice.
what class.
Nice.
Every class we have a pose down. We always do an overall. We try and give cash prizes. We don't always, but most shows we give cash prizes. And we're trying to give basically the athletes an affordable way to compete, enter shows without spending a fortune on suits or tanning. Or we try to save the athletes in as many ways as we can, but offer them a chance to actually earn money.
Right. Yeah, that's huge. That's definitely huge. Yeah.
And give them a good experience. You know, the PCA, we don't do a pre-judging night show. We do a run-through show.
Right.
And that changes a lot for an athlete. I mean, normally with an athlete, you've got to pick to either peak in the pre-judging or the night show. You can't peak for both.
Right.
In the PCA, you can.
Right.
Your class is on for 10, 20 minutes, depending on the size of the class. We do your quarter turns, we judge you, you do your posing routine, you do a pose down, we award your medals, and we announce results, and you're done.
It's a lot better too. It's like,
it's better for the spectators. It's
absolutely,
better. You know, for the family coming to see you, they don't want to come all morning,
it's a long day.
Night.
Well, yeah, you get some of those people that come both, and you get some of the people that do pick, like you said.
And then also, because we only do a through show, it's one ticket.
Yeah, that's good.
For spectators, it's one ticket.
Nice.
Dipped into the pockets twice.
Nice.
You know?
So August 11th, Sanford. That is the last show we got before the championships here. We'll be there. Titan will be there. We're the main sponsor of it. Happy to be a part of it. So it's going to be really, really cool. All right. So what is the best tip, I guess, you could give somebody in peak week? You know, because we talked about it, this guy's got so much knowledge. He just, you know, he doesn't open up. So I'm trying to get him to open up like a book so he can share that knowledge. You guys can get it for free because, I mean, we just talked about coaches, right? And there's a lot of coaches out there nowadays, right? Everybody's kind of a coach in one way or another. So that's another. Let's get to this question. When do you think coaching really came on the scene, like it does now? Because I don't remember the old schools. Like Dennis James is one of my friends. I don't remember having a coach. I know he always would talk to people around him or stuff like that.
We talked a bit. We brainstorm.
Yeah, you share the knowledge to a certain extent.
I really want coaches around. To be honest with you, I think personal training that wasn't really around. Yeah. But when I was competing in England, the only people that had personal trainers were Hollywood actors.
Wow.
So it's kind of changed a lot now. I mean, personal training is a common thing now.
Oh, it's huge.
And I think the coaching came along with the personal training.
Gotcha.
The biggest tip I would give to people in peak week is don't do anything drastic.
Gotcha.
You know, if you've dieted and prepared properly, a week out, you should be looking good.
Yeah.
So why try and do a drastic, crazy thing 2 days out to try and look 2% better when it's probably going to make you look 50% worse?
Right.
So honestly, diet early, get ready, get in shape early, and don't try and do any crazy stuff at the last minute. That's my advice.
That's a good tip. I mean, and that's pretty, common sense wise. You really don't want to do anything outside the boundaries.
A lot of it is common sense though, but we all lose our mind when we get close to a show and think, if I do this, it'll make me look so much better. Probably won't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the big problem is people overanalyze. Right? They overthink it.
Especially. I was guilty of the same thing.
I think that we're all guilty of it to some extent. And then, you kind of listen to other people and you're like, well, you should do this. And then they start second guessing themselves or whatever the plan was. And they might veer off the plan. So I think that's really great. Stick to the plan, believe in yourself. And that's huge.
And stick to the plan. But I think the thing is as well, everybody at last minute, even if they're following the coach's advice or whatever advice they've planned, right at last minute, they'll listen to 10 other people. Worst thing you can do.
Gotcha.
Don't listen. Stay with the plan. And if you want to listen to someone, listen to them after the show.
Right.
But 2 to 3 days before, you don't want to change your plan. Right. You don't try and change the way you're going to get there,
Gotcha. And so we know bikini class is a pretty competitive class, right? Yes. Physique, right? So we were talking earlier, and if there's possibly any girls out there that might want to know how to get into bikini shape, Ian is possibly entertaining. I'm trying to talk him into using some of this knowledge on a bikini competitor and kind of seeing what they can do. So we'll see it. So if you guys are interested in that,
absolutely,
maybe contact Ian if he's feeling gracious enough and you show enough dedication, because we're not just going to give it to somebody. We want to make sure you're going to be dedicated and you're in it to win it. So at that point, if we possibly find a competitor, maybe we'll see.
That would be awesome.
So just keep it up for grabs and keep it in your mind. All right, guys. I think that's really about it. Usually I talk to you guys about therapies and stuff like that. We've got these great events, and Ian came down here to visit me all the way from where he's at in his home in Sarasota. Right?
Mayaka. It's close.
Okay. So it's a long drive, guys, okay? It's at least an hour and a half, 2 hour drive.
Yeah,
so I appreciate his time, him coming down here, and I at least wanted to, show you guys what we're going to do. Have him talk about some of the prize money that's going to go on. Maybe you guys have it out there and share some of the great knowledge and tips that Ian has. And I know he's going to share some of these on his social media. So if you guys aren't following him, Instagram, The Real Ian Harrison, all right? And he'll share some of his knowledge with you. He's going to do some videos and talk to you more about the PCA and what he's all about. And maybe share some diet tips with you, some training tips and stuff like that. And see how you guys can get better in every way, shape, and form, all right? So I'm John from Titan. My man Ian Harrison, thank you.
Thank you, John.
I appreciate you coming down. Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys got something out of this. And if not, I'll see you guys in Sanford. All right, guys.